You guys have just approached to the Wilderman Jungle Prison Camp, which is on the northern side of basically all of Chimeros, like the upper northern side. The climate is quite a bit different from what you're used to back down in Alkane right here. The deserts to your sides seem extremely unhospitable. You might have seen someone get eaten by a sandworm, but that was probably a mirage anyways. You guys ended up making your way all the way to here, back into a somewhat more temperate area, kind of the inskirts of a jungle. You finally make your way to this large wood and stone structure that looks very powerful in comparison to the rest of the area. Moonchi is still handcuffed in this cart with you, and this is a very, very tightly packed cart. Briskly makes his way out of the cart, hops out with his handcuffs on, and he walks up. And the first person to say hello to you is a Minotaur named Asterion, who introduced himself as Asterion. This is a very, very tall, like, head is a little bit below Somber's, but horns are a little bit higher. Really well decorated jewelry. He has only what is basically a pauldron and only like a few leather straps. Otherwise, he is wearing very little clothes, very barbaric. There's a single eye in the center of his chest and this like grotesque growth, like where his sternum should be. And he walks in with both hands out and he goes, "Why, hello. Welcome to prison. My name is Asterion." Moonchi! My God, you're here? What are you doing here, man? Grabs him with both arms and he picks him up. Moonchi doesn't have any specific facial expressions, but you hear crack, 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 crack as he lifts him up. And immediately the satyr begins to wrap around, come in and begin tending to Moonchi's wounds. And they share a glance with each other. That's almost like is this the first time? And Moonchi's like, mm-mm. And she's like, yeah, that checks out. You're not on schedule to go to prison today. What's a group like you doing here? Why's your lab coat so clean?
We're here to visit friends.
You got friends here? I'm sorry to hear that.
I put quotation marks in the air and I say, friends.
So you're kind of like an asshole.
You aren't?
No. I'm a ray of sunshine, I'll have you know. You got somebody you know here? Who are you trying to find?
Princess Cora.
Princess Cora? Mara, can you go grab Astra for me? And Mara cocks her head for a second. And then she just runs off. Mara will go grab our bookkeeper real quick. We can figure out who this is that you're talking about.
You don't remember having a princess? That doesn't mean anything to you?
Princess doesn't mean nothing to nobody here, I'll tell you that much. There ain't no royalty. And Maru comes in with this astute Oxtis, grabs Asterion's pauldron, lifts herself up a little bit. She's the satyr with this curly hair. She lifts herself up and whispers in his ear. And he goes, huh? Oh, I'm so sorry. That's my bad. Atra, not Astra. I'm pretty sure Astra just left, actually. All right, well, Atra can help you with that. And Atra begins beaming thoughts into your mind. Surreal with you being at the front. They'll say, you said Princess Cora?
Yeah.
Princess Cora just departed.
What do you mean just departed?
Princess Cora left roughly 36 hours ago.
They were just allowed to leave?
Oh, I see. I think you guys have a misconception of how this works here. You see, if you were to go into the outside from the inside, that's more similar to an execution than it is to a relief. Going out there without travel is a death sentence. If you're gonna walk out, we ain't gonna stop you.
So you think they died?
Uh-oh. How strong's is them's?
Depends on if they left in a group.
Was she with someone? Mara was like, mm-hmm. An elf. And a bucket. And he goes, yeah, oh, you're talking about the bucket lady. Oh, okay, no, I remember her. Yeah, no, they fucked off like a day and a half ago. She seemed like she had a good head on her shoulders. That elf was an asshole, though. I was real satisfied putting that motherfucker back in his place. So is that it? Are you guys just leaving now? Because your cart's fucking off right now, so I don't know how you plan to get home. And as you guys look, your cart has long since departed.
Well, I don't mean to invite ourselves in, but if you wouldn't mind, we might stay for a short while, discover the culture of your city.
I wouldn't mind that at all. Well, fair warning, prisoners and visitors are the same thing to us. Maru gives you like a warm smile, claps her hands together, and she goes, I'll show you around. Manji, however, does kind of pull Asterion aside, and you hear like a light whisper from Manji, and then Asterion goes, uh-huh, no, yeah, ooh, yeah, that makes sense. And then he kind of looks around and he goes, elves, and Manji goes, elves. And then they turn a corner as Maru guides you through a little guide through the prison. This is the Wilderman Jungle Prison Camp. Some time ago, this is a place that Alkane used to try to, well, imprison people. And it didn't work very well. Whether it be corruption or bad guards or really, really stupid people. We kind of made a home for ourselves. And Alkane let us have it. Because they were too lazy to fix it. I digress. And as you guys are walking around, you do see several inmates. The most common populace here is mutants. So you see a lot of animal hybrids. You see a lot of reptilian hybrids, a lot of fish hybrids. But every once in a while, you'll see a human. You'll see a handful of dwarves. But you do not see a single elf.
At the sight of just a bunch of aquatic and even reptilian mutants, you're going to kind of just see Maki's shoulders drop a little bit.
She continues on, taking you into the main central hub, which has a single desk space that Atra has retired to. This is Atra. This is our bookkeeper, and this is going to be a really important part of what you're doing here, so keep track of this. Atra will keep track of what's known as worth. Worth is something of a currency to us. Basically, we track your worth by days of labor that you have committed, and there's a number of things that you can do to do labor for the prison camp. Now, as long as you keep up on your worth and you pay your dues, you'll get free health, you'll get free food, and you'll get a free place to stay. I ain't promised that any of it smells good, but I can promise it'll keep you alive. In fact, I will keep you alive.
Seems like a bad prison system.
All right.
I don't think we plan on being here that long.
Well, if you do plan on being here for long, there's a lot of benefit to reap. But don't take it from me. The workday is going to be starting here pretty soon, and unfortunately, you get very little time to relish. So if you want to stay here, you need to start working. There's the jungle outside, which is where most of the hunting camps are. That's one of the jobs that you can do here. If you're prissy, like the angel folk, whatever your name is, you can just clean. There's some mines down out the way.
No, I'm sorry. Excuse me?
I'm going to put a hand out in front of Surreal. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I'm sorry.
I can hold my own. Fine. Thank you.
I'm aware.
That's...
He's not.
Would sparkly be a better word? I don't know how to talk to you. I didn't mean no offense by it. What would you rather be called? What's your name?
Surreal.
Nice to meet you, Surreal. My name is Maru. Apologies. And as these two are creating this like kind of tense argument, you can see that the people lining the walls, you see that they're all peering down at them, specifically at Surreal. And slowly, as this conversation goes on, and less so as it diffuses, they begin to close in, just inch in a little bit. And then once it stops, they pull back. There's a mines right outside. If you want to go do that, you can go in there. The better you are at it, the easier it is to earn worth. I should say that if you manage to do 2 days of worth in a single day, then you can keep one worth. That'll save you a day of work, so you can go a full day without working, or you can spend it. Some of the other people here will, they'll trade that worth for things like services. Actually, one of the things that you can use it for is the Coliseum. If anybody here is a gambling man, you should be able to, watch a few fights.
You guys have fights?
Yeah, and they're gruesome. Maru lifts up her hands, and you see like a little bit of like healing light, and she goes, I'm something of a cleric myself, and unfortunately for every motherfucker here, I know how to resurrect people.
Surreal gets a stupid grin on his face.
Follow Surreal's example and give a bit of a smile.
Azura is gonna be the one like, oh no.
I'd be interested in throwing my hat in the ring.
Interesting. I will be careful, just so you know. There's no diddly doos. You can't bring any gizmos in with you.
Oh, don't worry. All I need is just my nice block of wood and my my bare hands.
Are there any available quarters, or is it first comes, first served?
Oh shit, I completely forgot to show you your beds. All right, yeah, give me a second. She jots you around to right over here, where you guys see one singular cell with one bed. This will be your room.
For all of us.
What, you want more of them?
Do you think
Right.
the 6 of us can fit on one bed?
I don't know what you're into. You guys look like a bunch of
Are
fucking
you-
weirdos.
Brain cells. Do you have them?
She gives you a little bit of a glare. We'll see what we can do. Work your first day and we'll talk.
Work-wise. They said there was a mines
Yes.
or hunting. Either of those seem like fine options.
Gable heads basically straight towards the mines.
Okay.
Azura's probably gonna do some cleaning. They're not fit for the mines.
Housekeeping.
I will be running around as fast as I can with that fucking broom, thank you.
Sombers.
Mine's.
Mines. Hermes.
Guess I'll join the cleaning.
Alrighty. We have a perfect half and half. I will show you each one by one what you guys will be doing. Housekeeping is probably one of the most consistently successful form of labor that you can do here. Simply put, you just do 16 hours of housekeeping. That's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts to it. However, there's a handful of things that you can do to save on time. Specifically, while tailoring, repairing, customizing, and setting up the armaments around the prison, if you can craft up to common, you will save 1 hour. If you can craft up to extraordinary, you'll save 3 hours. Azur, correct me if I'm wrong, you craft up to extraordinary?
Yes.
Okay, so this is only going to take you 13 hours.
I have
Okay.
Tinkerer.
Oh, you do have Tinkerer. Wow. Okay, so Hermes, it'll take you 15 hours, and Maki, you are fucking struggling at this point. You have no idea what plumbing is.
Also.
You
Maki
do?
also has Tinkerer.
Really?
We made our
Yes.
starting gear,
Never
remember?
mind, you're a fucking plumber. Maki, you have no idea what any of the labels say, but frankly, none of the people who wrote them do either, so this is perfect.
Oh, hey, look, this is a pop. That says pipe. Fuck.
Fuck. It blows up in the background. Fuck. There are 2 tests that you are allowed to make, and it is during mealtime and when feeding and tending to the wild animal, or domestic wildlife, I should say. It is an engineering test and an appeal test. For each test that you succeed, you save an hour. For each test that you fail, you take an extra hour.
I literally have friend shaped and best friend.
I have Mischievous. It
Fortunately,
just says you gain a point of favor on appeal tests made against creatures that are hostile towards you.
I mean, you could try to piss them off, and then I guess they'd be hostile, and then you could get a point of favor when tending to the animals. I could absolutely see Hermes just like going into a stable of like saber-toothed tigers, right? And just like pinching all of them and like throwing little rocks at them. They're all pissed off. They go to run at him and he just teleports out of the way. They slam into the cage and he just shuts it. And that's how he handles the animals. Hermes, if that is your tactic, I will give you a point of favor due to Mischievous.
Okay.
All right. Who would like to make the engineering test for cooking?
Yeah, I
I
have a plus. I have a +0.
Okay, so the hunting party returns to you with these gigantic fucking slabs of meat. You have like probably like a pile of meat that's like almost taller than you.
That's a 13.
You are struggling a little bit. You've never dealt with this type of meat. You have no idea what fucking animals these came from. So you do your best to cook all of these things and use these amenities to the best of your ability, and you struggle. But you managed to save an hour. Congratulations, you have only spent 12 hours on housekeeping today. Would all of you like to make the appeal test?
Yes.
Hermes, what is
Yeah.
your appeal score?
I rolled a 13.
Okay.
Okay, so
that
it's a
was
total of 17.
I got
Okay.
a 19.
You both succeed. However, I'm going to say, Frost, as a downside to utilizing Mischievous this way, if you fail, I'm going to deal you significant damage.
Me, like, walking up to them, sneaking, like, it's okay. I'm not scary, with a really big smile. I'm going to take a single silver out of my pocket and just, like, wave it back and forth for their, quote-unquote bad eyesight if they're, like, rhinos. And then I'm just gonna toss it into the pen. That's 2 1s, a 6, and a 4.
Oh,
For
Jesus
12.
Christ. Oh, this is terrible. Ermis and Azur, you have both managed to successfully tame your animals with relative diligence. Azur, you're just flying through this. You just walk them in. They all love you. Ermis, you have successfully teleported to every square inch of this place, pissing everything off as much as you can. Each one of them are growling at you, and you're dusting off your hands and walking away. Maki, you have made some friends with these Tricera rhinos. You have used your silver coin trick to try to get them to bait them into their stables. However, the moment that they learned that it was not what you said it was, you were not able to lock the stables in time, and now you have a bunch of pissed off rhinos. Unfortunately, you have taken an extra hour. Maki, you finished all of your chores in 16 hours, Ermis 14 hours, Azur, you were done in 12.
The moment I am done, I'm going to just, like, wander by, just, like, look up at Azor. Azor, could we please do something else next time?
Well, I guess we can do some tailoring.
Did you guys know that you could do this?
That AD has gone beyond HD. It's gone
Look at-
4K.
Look at
How the
this.
hell you do that?
You just press the number keys while holding them. Surreal, Sombers, and Dr. Gabe, you guys will be together in a little bit of an expedition. As you guys are kind of walking around and getting a feel for this place, you realize that this jungle is dangerous. These people are dangerous, but there's power that emanates here. This seems to be a place of rarities. This seems to be where powerful components, where very powerful resource comes from. So the way that the mines works is pretty simply put, you guys are going to forage, and you have a minimum output that you need to reach in order to get 1 day of worth. Specifically speaking, per person trying to garner worth, you need to receive 10 common components. At least 3 of those must be material, at least 2 of those must be refinement, at least 1 of those must be power. For every 10 components that you return that fits this build, you receive 1 day of worth. With that, how would you guys like to do this?
Like, can we just physically go and mine?
Yeah. It's a foraging test, though. It's not obvious. You have to search the mines. It's just a basic, normal foraging test.
So we may have
Man,
done
this
the
is
test.
boring. I was gonna make a custom item for this and everything. Okay. I was gonna make a shipwrecker pickaxe.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'll do you one. Let's see if I regret this. We're gonna test this for 1 day, and we're gonna see how this rolls. But I'm gonna homebrew a rule together real quick. You may attempt to use brute force instead of searching by basically just strip mining straight through a wall. If you do that, I will double the foraging rating that you go against and let you roll damage instead of a test.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
Okay. 36 for
refinement?
common material, 4d6 for common refinement, 5d6 for common power. It takes
Bless you.
4
Yeah.
hours on average to forage. So you can just say, I'm going to forage for 4 hours. You make a basic awareness test. You go against the test of the foraging rating. If you find it, then you roll how many components that you get. You do have to select exactly what you're looking for before you go. So you can choose to do it for 1 hour with a point of disfavor. For a weapon, I'm going to say that halves your damage.
Are only one of those picks being made?
I can make 3 if you guys want them.
Or,
I guess so, yeah, something.
These are 2 pickaxes with these fun crystalline ice, pick heads. They both have tricky. One is strength, one is will. Then they have shipwrecker, non-lethal, awkward, and unwieldy, and 11d8 physical damage for slam.
Hey,
And
so
how-
fun story.
Mhm.
Rain, do you want to make another one
Yes.
real quick?
I will give it to you, and I will presume that tricky will be in intellect.
So you have these 3 ice crystalline pickaxes that are kind of just like emanating this blue misty glow. All the other miners are looking at you, kind of like snickering and laughing at you, like, what a bunch of fucking dumbasses. Just go use a real fucking pickaxe. But you take one hit at the wall and you watch, it just goes boom. And like an entire wall of rock just crumbles. And each one of them look side to side and then turn around. And
Yeah,
each one of you can
thought.
each one of you can tell that
Okay.
yours has been customized to you. As you pick this up with your hands, Sombers, you can feel like kind of the black ooze, similar to what Malpractice has. Like, it kind of begin to tendril and emanate around this pickaxe, and it utilizes that ability on you. Surreal, yours is really angry, just like you. Gabe, yours just is like really finicky. Like yours has like a leverage point on it, retraction lever that makes it whip forward when it hits forward, but you have to be like really smart. Like you have to like watch Rick and Morty to know how to use it. You have to be a true intellectual. Go ahead and roll damage for 6 turn actions worth, and we'll see what are each of you looking for.
I'll look for material.
I will look for whatever the other two don't want to look for.
Oh, you guys are gonna crush this. How many turn actions is the pickaxe?
2.
Oh! And it's 11d8 with
Hold on,
shipwrecker.
Yes.
I'll be right back.
So it's 11d8 doubled.
Yes.
Okay. I was just curious. Thank you.
That is 312.
I regret everything I've ever done. I'll tell you what. For each time that you do this, due to you taking the brute force method and you basically chipping away at walls that have never been chipped away at before, very, very quickly, there will be a scarcity complex. I'm going to add another set of dice every single time. So basically, it's going to double, but then it's going to be tripled and then quadrupled, so on and so on. With that in mind, yes, you all very much succeed. Good job. If you double the foraging rating, you find it in half the time. If you quadruple the foraging rating, you find it in a quarter of the time. You find it in, half hour. 5 material, okay. 5 refinement, 2 power. Do note that these do, in fact, take slots. 1 each.
Wonderful. I'm going to make a backpack. We just toss them in there, and then I go again.
Yep. All right.
318.
And the other piece?
That is exactly what I got too.
Oh my god. All right, you guys managed to get it in a 1/6 of the time. You guys are gonna get 1 material component out of all of this. 2 power.
I'm keeping track of it, just so you know.
And 5 refinement. Oh, you have track of it?
Get double. We can all have an extra worth.
That's what I was thinking.
We need more of everything, so we can just do 1 of each again.
360.
360. Okay, you managed to find it in about an hour and a half. It is getting slower. You guys can tell that you're definitely slowing down. You can see a lot of the other inmates really like looking at you jealously. There's a lot of envy following you around as you tote out these massive fucking containers of resources in 3 hours when they're like excited about their 3 rocks they just found. You managed to get 8 material, 4 refinement, and 2 power.
Well, let's do it again.
348.
You managed to spend it in half the time. So only 2 hours passes. All right, that is 8 more material. That is 3 more refinement and 3 more power.
And I'm going to walk out, very obviously carrying all of my many components and just stare at everyone that is potentially watching me.
Gabe's gonna be walking out like one of the dwarves from Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. Very like happily. Somehow his lab coat cleaner than it was when he went in.
So you guys make your way to the central area where it's this nice, neat desk. In comparison to everything else in like the entire campus, this room specifically is quite different. But this astute Oxus is using one head to look down and right, and the other head looks up at you. and gives you a little bit of a cocked head.
Don't worry.
As it looks around and peers at each one of you, it's going to get a little bit of a tinge when it looks at you, Sombers. However, when it does look at you, you're going to receive a sudden sense of familiarity. You feel like you've seen this person before. Maybe even more than that. You now owe 0 days, and you are accumulated 1 additional day of worth. We can have the parties meet each other if we want, but you guys have only spent 5 hours. At worst case, Maki's tied up for 16 hours, so you guys have witnessed a lot of the life around here, and there are a handful of people who are loud and outspoken. A lot of people are very just rambunctious, to say the least. However, you've met a good number of isolated and timid folk. That includes really, really big intimidating people who just seem to keep to themselves and don't fuck with anybody else, and nobody fucks with them, as well as a handful of people who seem frail and like they don't belong here. However, there's a sense of family here. Like, you can tell that when everybody gets into a fight, after every jaw is broken, somebody's there to lift them back up. This isn't an actual prison. This is not treated like a prison, and it does not have the culture of a prison. They're assholes, and they're mean to each other, but somebody's always there to pick them up. And in the single moments that you've seen where somebody is not doing that, you see them getting put in their place. And then someone's there to pick them up again. Every single
Seems
time.
very much like home.
While you guys were in the mines, you even saw Asterion working with you. But Surreal, you have taken notice that people don't seem to like magic that much here. Not that they have anything, like, nobody said anything to you and nobody's done anything about it, but they do seem to give you a bit of a confused and a little bit perturbed glare.
He just smirks a bit. It feels like home. After we dump the components out, I'm gonna turn to Sombers and say, there's a fighting ring. If you wanted to.
She's gonna stand up straighter, stretch her wings out slightly, and like pop her neck and go, I mean, it sounded like fun, yeah, a little bit. Do you want to check it out? See how it works?
Hell yeah.
All right.
She smiles at you.
In the midst of the housekeeping, you guys can pause what you're doing if you wish, retroactively. Maki, Azor, and Ermis, would you like to join for the fighting ring? As I did say that you guys came across them at this point.
Ermis was
Azor?
very interested in fighting the ring.
I guess this one is joining us just an spectator.
All right. So you guys are packed relatively shoulder to shoulder, I should say, with many, many other folk who seem to be here screaming and fight and talking and chanting about this next fight that's coming up. Luckily, you guys managed to make it just in time. It seems to happen around the mid-evening time. Would anybody like to approach anybody to ask how this functions?
Guys,
I
just
can.
turn them.
So you talk to this human girl that's there, and she seems to be very loud. And in fact, specifically, as she's screaming, she kind of has this like little bit of an entourage around her. And she goes, oh, hey, what's up?
We just got in and was curious about this. How it works exactly.
Oh, yeah, so I mean, I don't the numbers don't make sense to me. I just usually go in and I fight people when they tell me to. But I'm pretty sure that you can put in like money. Like money. Like, I know that like a lot of people, they use the days or whatever. But you can like bet like money and on who's gonna win. The bet's like weighted based on how underdog one of them is and how expected to win the other one is. And it spits out some extra money. I think they tax you on it too. It's like a 10% tax or something like that. You have to pay a day to bet, I think.
That sounds even more stupid. Why would anyone do that?
She looks around at everybody screaming and crying and throwing money into the Coliseum. Couldn't think of anybody who would like it. So are you guys gonna fight? Or are you guys just watching?
Do we get
So you-
anything if we do fight?
Money. The tax that they take from the people who are betting, the winner gets that. You also take an hour from the You also take a day from the loser. I think they just do whatever seems the most interesting to them at the time. Kind of do like the whole underdog thing, you know? So they might pitch you up against somebody who's way weaker than you because they feel like a slaughter would be entertaining. Or sometimes they pitch you up against somebody who is much stronger than you because a slaughter would be entertaining.
Anyways, I'm interested in fighting.
Oh, okay. When you go in, they give you armor and stuff. You get 2 pieces of armor and you get 2 weapons of your choice, but they have to be below like a certain threshold. I personally don't go in with anything, but for mechanical translation, you have to pick common items only from the core guide. Because you guys are sat together and you guys are treated as a single entity, you can spend 1 day's worth to allow everybody to gamble up to 4 times.
So Ori, I actually have a slight problem.
Yeah.
I still have some tethered gear.
To go into the fight, you're unfortunately gonna have to destroy it.
Shit.
I think I'm interested in trying to get in there, but I think I would specifically bug Sombers and see if Sombers wanted to do a 1v1.
If there's ground rules, yeah.
I don't think there's that many ground rules in there. They've got healing here.
Yeah.
Maki's gonna turn to Cyril. I was like, when did you get this fun?
When I can start killing things.
Gabe, as you realize that your competitor, your chosen competitor, doesn't seem to be available right now, the human girl that you were talking to offers you a fight. She says, I'll fight you if you're looking for somebody.
Well, you look strong. What do you specialize in, if I can ask?
Punching. I usually go in with no items, so.
Oh, well, it could be an interesting fight. I might take you up on that.
All right. She shakes your hand and she makes her way up to the competitor board to set up the fight for you. With that, 2 competitors approach. I have to do a little bit of preparation. In specifically asking, hey chat, who has those characters ready? Marvin is one, and Cantroon is the other. Marvin and Cantroon, what level are your characters? I did ask you roll a D100 for each person in chat who is making a character. I really hope that's 21 and not 2.
I don't even think that's
it's actually 2. For Gabe, who is gambling, there are 2 competitors, and one of them is exceptionally frail. Exceptionally frail. Like, you're worried about this person being able to stand on their own 2 feet. The betting amounts, if you bet on the non-frail competitor, you will get about a 10% of your money back. If you bet on the frail competitor, you will 10x your money if you win.
I'll bet 50 silver on the strong one, I guess.
I barely know the system. All I know is watching you guys play and reading through the core book once or twice. So
Perfect.
I know just enough to make a character and a few actions that I might want to take. But other than that, I assume I'm gonna get knocked out like turn 1 or 2.
Yes, a level 2 character is not even like built for this system.
Yeah, I've noticed because there's a lot of things that just break down as soon as you're below
Correct. Yeah.
below level 10.
The odds are not in your favor, I should say. And I will need a brief description of your characters.
Alright, so they're a human. Their name is Victor. It's kind of ironic because that name means champion. They're not a champion at all. From a mechanical standpoint, the only thing they have is adaptable defense. So they have a total of 2 defense in every stat. Currently, they're mostly used as openers, usually in battles, just to show how strong some people are. Because they haven't won a fight yet.
You're basically,
Yeah,
you've been utilized as the pre-show. I would assume that you're also getting paid out to do this, and they're kind of aware of that. And of course, very, very good healing. And Galaxy, please tell me about your character. An attractive, if generic, human of undeterminable gender.
So did somebody put the little one up to this, or?
Everyone is roaring. They seem to be very attracted to this this small individual. Please go ahead and make your speed test to see what order you guys will move in. The commentator out in this booth right here is screaming out to the audience, and another opener from Victor! Will today be the day? Today he's going against... And he kind of stops and he looks at his papers and he closes in and looks out and he goes, I'm sorry, their name is Karn. Will our opener, Victor, be able to manage a fight against this one?
Why are they acting like this is even a question?
I think it's a whole thing for them.
This is a stupid bit.
They gotta have hobbies.
Galaxy has rolled an
pulled an Ori.
18.
I think that's a 14 plus 2, 16, right?
This attractive generic humanoid Karn is going to pull out this makeshift wooden and steel rifle, cock it back, and fire. Go ahead and make a dex test and roll damage. Victor, would you like to block or dodge?
I would like to dodge.
All right, go ahead and roll a dodge. 15 dex, that succeeds,
I'm
Galaxy.
just gonna spam that. 25.
Perfect.
So if they do less than 25 damage, I dodge this one. Yay.
Correct. Actually, if they do less than 27 damage.
27. Because the defenses, yes.
16 heat. So you are dashing in, you're going in for this like kind of to get started, but you stop after one step as this like plume of fire comes at you, fires at you, and you barely manage to dodge out of the way. You put up your buckler in like this very like defensive fashion, and it just barely skims off of it. I nodded that to do it 5 more times.
You can see for a few moments in Victor's eyes, he's like, I've seen these moves before. I know what to do.
Would you like to block or dodge? You can do so up to 1 more time.
I'll dodge again. 8.
My god, that was
that's a
so
14.
bad. 21 heat, doing half damage if done to DHP. That dodge will actually succeed. Because it will automatically go through straight to DHP, which means it will end up doing half damage instead, which then makes the dodge succeed. You see these are like firing, like pelting at you. You barely get to the second one, and you're starting to lose your step a little bit.
They are gonna raise their hands in front, gonna be like, please, at least not my face, please. That's all I have left.
This kid's fast.
Give it to
Oh,
him.
he's
He's lasted
very
longer
intrigued.
than I thought he would.
Karn gives a little bit of a smile, a little tinge of the eye, and you just see a little twitch of the arm, and the shot fires off to the side. So they drop this gun in like a little bit of like, not anger, but a little bit like a disgruntlement, and then rip out their quarterstaff. You have 2 turn actions remaining, Galaxy. I have a travel speed of 10. I use both turn actions to travel closer. All right, so you make your little bit of a curve around. You're barely not able to close the gap on the first second, so in the second second, you close in. And that is the end of your turn. Marvin, it is your turn. You have 6 turn actions.
Seeing it as 3-shot just barely missed him, Victor's just gonna sigh a bit, like a sigh of relief. He's gonna be, I've got this. I can do this. I'm gonna take the deep breath action to represent that, even though I'm at full stamina. I'm gonna stab them with the dagger. I'm gonna try that.
Okay.
So it's 4d4, right? For the damage?
Yep. Galaxy, would you like to respond?
That's gonna take a... Ooh, that's a lot of damage. That's 15.
God. Holy shit. 4, 4, 4, 3 on 4d4. Go ahead and roll your dodge, Galaxy. There's a strap on the buckler. You use the back of your hand to lunge forward, and just by an inch, you barely miss behind like the side of this dude's robe.
I'll try again. Surely this time I'll hit. And that's a 1. That's a total of 6.
Okay. 1 good roll followed by 1 absolutely abysmal roll. So you can feel that you kind of lost your own grip on your dagger when you went in for the lunge, but you managed to get a little bit of purchase off of it.
In pure disbelief, Victor is gonna take the travel action to walk 2 meters back. He's surprised he even managed to hit. He's like, that's not supposed to happen. They're probably gonna walk a bit more further away, just create a bit of distance. They're really confused on what's happening right now.
When you back up, you hit your back against the cage, which is closed. On the other side of that cage is Maru, in fact, who is chanting you on. No matter what happens, you got this, kid. All right? Don't be scared. Your Karn is coughing up a little bit. There's like a little bit of color in the saliva.
You know, I'm quite shocked this little guy has survived this long.
There's no fucking way.
All right. Galaxy, it is your turn. Can I kind of hunch over, transforming into me but paler and looking weaker? It takes 6 turn actions? Yes, you can. It seems like some kind of act or facade that they were keeping up is beginning to go away. Marvin, it is your turn.
Stop the fight! They are sick. This isn't their normal condition. Can we get a medic?
Maru kind of cocks her head, and the commentator like rises up a little bit, and Karn screams, "No! The fight must go on!" And Maru kind of gives you a little push on the back and says, "Go, get him."
I'm gonna take the travel action twice to get in their face and then just try to stab them.
Galaxy, respond if you wish.
So that's a total of 7.
You get a little bit of purchase again. Again, you don't feel super great about your gripping on the dagger. You're a little bit nervous. You're super shaky right now. But you manage to get a hit in. And they buckle to one knee. They kind of fall over. They hunch. You can feel their breathing stagger for a moment. And then they fall down. Galaxy, please make a test for me. This dagger going in and further, and you're watching as their hand is like covering over it. Like you can see the fingers like lacing between it. Karn is beginning to shake, and everyone goes silent for a moment. And then Karn falls. Blood is gushing all over the bottom of the stadium. Victor is walking back for a second as you realize this is the first time you've ever killed anybody.
They would like to kneel next to them and just verify their condition because they didn't really want to take a life. They're in shock and they're just like, did I really kill this person? And they're gonna try their best, but it's gonna be awful to just patch them up if possible.
As you go, you're like trying to cover them up. You're like opening up the cloth. You're like trying to tear it open, but you're too weak to really break it open. And you feel a soft hand like grab onto yours. And in their like dead, like you can see the blood oozing between their teeth, leaking onto the ground. You hear, "You were a worthy opponent," followed by a little wink as they drag your hand onto what is a fake blood sac that they're holding, and they grab your hand and caress it across their body so you can feel that there's no actual wound there. And before you can even retreat, the commentator screams out, "Victor has won his first fight in the arena!" And everybody is belting out and screaming. Maru throws open the cage and picks you up and begins to spin you around. Everybody is extremely excited as Karn is immediately whisked away by a handful of medics. I'm gonna go patch him up. Good job. And she hugs you super, super tight.
Can I cast Surveil on Victor?
You go to cast the spell, all of it returns null. You receive nothing. What's that?
At the realization that Victor just won, Sombers outstretches her wings and cheers for a moment with everybody else before kind of clearing her throat and propping her wings back up.
Gabe, please remove 50 silver pieces.
Gabe's head is in his hands and he's like, "I can't believe I just lost that."
But I'm gonna go ahead and pull Marvin and Galaxy out of the stage. Thank you guys so much for volunteering on this one. And that girl's gonna walk up to Gabe, give him a light punch on the shoulder, which is suddenly excessively painful. And she's gonna drop 100 silver pieces out of the 2,000 she collected. Always been on the underdog. And then she'll walk over the side and literally jump into the arena, standing right here, and say, "Come on!"
Gabe is going to approach in a safe manner into the arena.
Okay. What 4 items would you like to take with you?
For armor, I'm taking plate mail and gauntlets. For weapons, I'm taking a claymore and an airburst rifle.
This is probably the first time that your party has ever seen you doff your lab coat before. You are adorned in very, very basic, crude attire. Well made, you must say, but from an engineering standpoint, it is rudimentary at best. And this huge portcullis shuts behind you as you see her eyes begin to glow a deep shade of red, and the commentator yells out, "We have someone brave enough to fight our undefeated champion." What's your
With
name,
that,
sir?
Maki's just going to cross his arms and like rest his head on the freaking railing just to watch.
This should be good.
What's your name, science man?
People typically have cool sounding names.
Yes, indeed.
So Gabe's gonna look right at him and go, "They call me the surgeon. I'm about to get precise with this bitch."
The commentator goes, "Oh my god, do we have some real flesh in the ring today? We have the surgeon, absolute precision, going against the undefeated Tori." Gabe,
I'm
please
sorry.
make a speed test.
No.
You know, from the crowd, you're just
I
gonna
rolled
hear
a
Maki.
13.
Give her the table.
She rolled higher than that.
I can imagine so.
As her eyes are glowing red, you watch as these red flames erupt across her clothes. She's wearing really odd clothes to you. Probably closer to Yushin clothes than to Payan clothes, but even then, they just seem foreign to you. She's wearing a hoodie and jeans, what I'm saying. As she carves straight towards you, there is a beam of fire across where she runs. Maki, this is enough. This was fast enough to make you salivate. And she goes, let's get precise. Would you like to block or dodge?
I'm gonna block 12.
That was an okay roll. You should be fine. That'll be 76 physical damage.
All right, I'm gonna backhand 12 of it to her.
All right. And you manage to like clasp some of the flames and kind of like shoo it back in her face. But these flames like go through her and her eyes seem even more enticed at this point.
Good.
I hope so. And then she's going to punch you again.
I'll block again.
This time it will be 82.
I block 8 of it, backhanded to her.
So you manage to get like an under jab underneath her. And she kind of gets like a little tinge in the ribs and she goes, oh, okay. As if she just simply disappeared. She's going to attempt to grapple you.
21 strength.
Unfortunately, no. This is like a cage of steel around you. This is harder than mithril, the way that she's grabbing you. So she gets up behind you and locks you up with both of her legs, and she puts you in a triangle with one arm up, one arm down, and her thigh begins to cut at the bottom of your throat. Please make another grapple test. She's going to attempt to strangle you.
It's a 17.
Unfortunately, it does not. You are currently suffocating. Which means that you go a number of turns equal to your fortitude score, and nothing happens. After that, you lose 1 stamina per turn, then 2 stamina on the next turn, then 3 stamina, then 4, so on and so on.
I got time.
It is your turn now. At the beginning of your turn, she's gonna punch you.
Well, if she's punching me, I guess I'm down.
Oh, is it lethal?
Fantastic. I'm going to.
It would be lethal.
Okay. She's gonna punch you, and you guys are gonna watch as the blood splatters from Gabe, and you guys hear crack, crack, crack. And she'll stop. She'll reel back for another one. Stop, look, and then release. And Gabe, you will fall dead. And the commentator screams out, "It was a slaughter! Dear God!"
All right. Very quickly, I'm going to hand the chakram over to Sombers. And then I'm going to proceed to just like jump down and try and pick Gabe up.
Maru will intercept you after opening the portcullis and meeting you there. We'll fix him. Don't worry. You can come with us if you want, though. And Tori will crouch down. You lived a good fight. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear me, but when you wake up, well, you can talk to me when we wake. Yeah. Can you tell him that he did good? He did really good. That was a lot of fun. It takes no time at all for you to come back. You're on the gurney back to the main camp before you are awoken and feeling oddly good, like you just got a massage.
Hey there, sir.
Ivan?
Kind of.
No, you didn't have any tables this time there, buddy.
I thought the underdog was supposed to win.
Not always, buddy. Not always.
How much DHP do I have currently?
All of it. You've been completely healed. In fact, you will also end up with 10 temporary hit points.
You go ahead. I'm just gonna lie here and wallow in my own defeat.
As Maki departs, Maru's gonna be like patching you up, is gonna bring you your lab coat, your items that you stowed away inside what is essentially the lockers of the arena. And as she's like bandaging you, she's gonna say, you know, staying here is the way to get stronger. You're not gonna get nearly as strong as you would anywhere else. This is the place to be. Also, if it means anything, she gave you back your day of worth, that is. So you didn't lose anything. 3 punches from her is actually... It's not something many people do. You did good. And Surreal and Sombers, are you ready?
Okay.
Yes.
Please pick your
Fighting each
4
other, or
core
is this
items.
2v2?
I
Right.
will grab gauntlets and plate armor.
I have halberd, body armor, greaves.
Okay. Perfect. Will both of you please make a speed test for me? The commentator, as you make the speed test, the commentator's like, we have 2 new folk? We got double rookies today. I ain't seen neither use, but you both look real sparkly. Sombers, you are gonna go first with a 2-point lead.
Ori, am I allowed to bet on this fight?
Yes, you are. Oh, yes, last second gambles if anybody would like to.
I'm gonna put 50 on Sombers.
I'm putting 30 on Surreal.
Okay.
I'll put 10 on each.
I just want you to know that based on how this is calculated, you literally never win anything other than exactly what you took minus 10% for taxes. The merchant
Can't
that's like keeping track of all of the bets is taking it in and goes, thank you for your donation.
Just gonna little snap at fingers, just and walk away.
Azura's gonna lean towards the handrail, very invested on the fight that's gonna happen.
Oh, very much same.
I'm going to walk forward a little bit to be just in range and open my mouth and use my breath weapon. And I'm gonna use 8 stamina to use Fireline.
Okay.
I'm going to not respond.
That's 12 psychic.
So you're going to watch as basically after turning the corner around this tree and everything like that, you watch as Somber's face and eyes and these veins light up in this violet deep shade of purple as they emit this line of gaseous purple fog straight through Surreal. Everything is clouded up for a moment, and when it all clears, Surreal has not moved an inch.
I have reactive. So you take 12 psyche damage.
Cool, and I regain stamina.
That's true. Oh my god, dude, this is gonna be a nightmare. Surreal just like basically twirls it with his hands, completely unfazed, and it slowly crystallizes into this light blue, and he goes and blows it back at Sombers, and Sombers goes and just snorts it back in, and she looks refueled.
What in the fucking electrical circuit bullshit are you guys doing out there?
I guess I'm just gonna walk closer because I need to learn more. And using Hasty, I will attack twice with the halberd.
I will block.
So the first one is 40, and it ignores SHP.
Yep.
Oh boy.
The second one is significantly less at 28.
Cool. And those are both straight to DHP?
Yep. Physical. So you still add your physical defense. And both of your blocks, assuming that you block twice.
Yep.
Pulling out the halberd, scraping it across the ground, dragging a line in the dirt, and just slashing through Surreal. And you watch his blood spews behind him. It is a massacre. Like, Surreal is this close. Like, just a quick, flick of ice is what's keeping his innards inside him right now. Surreal, it is your turn. I'll save you some grief. So you go to pull these ice crystals together, and you go to send them out, and then nothing happens.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Your armor, the common armor that you're wearing, has hexproof on it. Asterion is at the gates watching this fight, and he bangs on them, and he goes, "No magic in the arena."
And that takes the 3-turn action still?
No. You recognize the moment you attempted to try that it wasn't gonna work.
How much to take armor off?
6 turn actions.
From the stands, you're just gonna hear, "Oi!" And Maki's gonna be holding a little white cloth. Eh?
Surreal's gonna flip you off.
Sombers, do you wanna save some time and just roll damage for me?
Anyways, I throw the armor off.
43.
Oh, I'm absolutely gonna Wizard's Wits here. So greater intervention procs.
Sombers, you may spend your 1 turn action to block or dodge if you would like to.
I'll dodge.
Okay.
That's all.
102 chill damage.
I only have a 34 dodge.
Unfortunately, the damage does get through, so that would be 104 chill damage minus your defenses. Do you survive?
Yeah.
Oh my god! So, are you into DHP, I assume?
No.
Nice.
Sombers just takes the halberd and just shoves it straight through Surreal, in one end, out of the other. And Surreal grabs it, and you watch as these ice crystals begin to shoot up the shaft of the halberd, and one goes up and through the bottom of Somber's jaw. And you see his blood begins to spew out, and Sombers looks up, and there's a moment of silence from everybody. And then Sombers grabs the ice crystal, snaps it off, and Surreal falls to the ground. And the commentator is just looking dumbfounded. Like, he cheated. And he lost. Sambers is the champ. What? You guys are in the same group with each other. You just gave an hour and took an hour from, what are you? And he looks over to.
It don't matter.
Like, it's therapy. They needed it.
Asterion opens up the portcullis. Both of you, Surreal is toted out, and Asterion puts a hand on your shoulder. Like, you'll see like a little bit of a from him, like a little tinge, and he'll go, "Good fight, especially against a cheater."
Thanks. Man, that hurt.
It sure as fuck did look like it. It sure does hurt me whenever I have giant icicles flying through the bottom of my jaw, but you know. Sombers, you are going to get a total of 97 silver pieces.
Whoa.
Everybody will accumulate at the infirmary.
Yeah, we should probably check on the smart ones in the party.
Surreal, you have since woken up. Sombers, you have been completely patched up. Everybody who received healing will have 10 temporary hit points now, and everyone feels amazing.
Surreal wakes up and immediately goes, "Who fucking lets a mage into a fight arena without telling them they can't use magic?"
From what I understand, you did.
These guys.
It's a good fight. I would have had you if it wasn't for that armor, though.
Right.
Maru snickers a little bit.
But he's gonna look between the two of us like, did you get it out of your system though? You feel better?
I'm fine.
Fucking awesome.
Got my ass handed to me.
Maru will punch Gabe on the shoulder, much lighter than you've been punched on the shoulder recently. And she'll go, "Hey, if you had your trinkets, I bet you would have stood a way better fight there. I don't know what the hell that doohickey does, but I bet it does something cool."
It's... Yeah. I'm sure I would have lasted a little more than, 7 seconds?
I'm sure you would have done great. You will return with exactly the worth that you owed, so you are left with nothing remaining. Now, Azur, Maki, and Ermis will have to return back to housekeeping, because this is only partway through the day. You still have roughly 8 hours to complete, a little more than that. But Sombers, Gabe, and Surreal, you do have extra time with each other.
Do we know what the plan is? I mean, I imagine we're not just gonna spend the rest of our days in a prison.
I wouldn't think so either. But if we don't know where Cora went, then where are we supposed to go?
I'm sure they can handle themselves. We have no obligation to them anymore.
The psychic voice will go on in your head and say, if you're interested in leaving for some reason, merchants come all the time, and it's basically the only way to pay for travel out of here. Unless you plan on walking, which is even worse.
Do you know when the next one comes?
No idea. It's not from us. It's just on what the merchants are doing.
You're unhelpful.
You're an asshole. And sparkly.
I'm not fucking sparkly.
Technically speaking, the light refracting from your icicles that form around your body kind of do make sparkles happen. It's not your fault. It's how science works.
He just like deadpans you.
Asterion will turn the corner and interrupt you and say, how about a good hunting party?
Gabe will look at the bolted watch to his wrist and go, I believe I have time.
Am I allowed to use my magic now?
This time, you can use whatever you want. The goal is to just not die. This is for survival purposes, not entertainment purposes. So there's no sportsmanship, quote unquote. I mean, don't be an asshole.
Can
about
I?
it. That's not bad. That's not
Can
the
I
worst for you.
ask what's less entertaining about watching a fight between casters?
Because you're not punching each other. Duh.
If anything, it's more interesting. It takes skill. There's multiple ways to go about it. There's strategy involved. Punching each other senselessly.
Listen. Shut the fuck up.
You're talking about
Watch this.
chess.
And he goes up, he reels up, and without looking dead into the eyes of Surreal, he punches Sombers. And goes, that was entertaining. And then he goes, huh? And he does like these like twinkle hands, and he goes, was that funny? That wasn't funny. The punch was funny, the twinkles weren't.
I'm gonna freeze him.
This is what is the test he has to beat?
50.
As these ice crystals begin to slowly travel up his body and he begins to freeze, he kind of sits there for a second, like looking at you, like as if he's waiting for a response. And then he realizes the ice crystal's there, looks down, looks up, punches them. You watch as this fissure crack, shatters all of the ice like glass, and then he looks at you, still waiting for a response to the conversation.
I hate it here. I hate it here. I fucking hate it here. Where are we going hunting?
You know, honestly, I think if anything, he just proved my point. That wasn't funny, but the punt, okay, whatever. That way. I'm gonna explain how hunting in the Wilderman jungles works. Basically, you guys are gonna head out into the jungle, and you guys are going to make an awareness test together. You guys can assist each other on this one. Depending on the rolls, you guys may come across a creature in some circumstance or another. In order to earn worth, you need to return parcels of meat. Every single creature that you choose to hunt, you may choose to forfeit the ability to harvest components to harvest meat instead. Generally speaking, the bigger the creature is, the more meat it's going to have. And you've gotten some warning of don't fight the Rex and be careful of grave diggers. With that, would you like to make an awareness test over the course of 4 hours?
Yes, I will reshape creature and give myself better awareness as I do this as well.
Mr. Suno, that is D100, please.
I think that's just a solid 80.
80?
Yeah.
Just so you know, the goal is to roll lower on these ones.
34.
It's been a quiet walk through the jungle. It's been surprisingly peaceful. You hear the cooing and the standard, what you presume to be jungle noises. Hey guys, does anybody have Survivor or a similar effect?
Yes.
Hey Sombers, would you like to block or dodge?
Dodging.
All right, go ahead and roll a dodge. Every single person is going to take 48 physical damage.
48?
Yes.
I want you to know, with that temporary hit points, that was exactly my half of my SHP pool.
Uh-oh.
That was a lot more than half of mine.
Speed test, please.
I rolled a 13.
7.
Ori, I think an important question I have to ask is, do I have the new one?
Yes, and for right now, we're gonna say 1 turn action, and it's a total of 20. It costs 20 stamina. Gabe, it'll be your turn first.
I'm gonna shoot a potion at this one.
All right, go ahead and roll on the table.
Okay, so it's 25d4 self-destructive.
Okay, do we have a damage type on that?
It just says self-destructive.
Because of the nature of these, I'm gonna have you roll on it.
That is a 4.
4? All right, so now 2 of you are dealing psyche damage. And unbeknownst to everybody else who's been here, who has not seen this device yet, you have this brand new weapon that pantomimes the original one, but you can just see in just the steam rolling off of it, the cylinders pushing in and out, and these teeth that clasp onto this vial so perfectly. And it fires, and it just goes straight into the creature, and you watch as it explodes and soaks into the creature's skin. And Sombers, that shriek of fear, you recognize that sound. Based on the blood dripping from its ears and the pain in its eyes, you can tell that this creature is grievously wounded.
Ooh, this one's fun. I do it again. It's 15d4 random self-damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
1.
1? That'll be energy damage. 39. Oh my god. So this next one comes in, and you put in another one, and you can hear the whirring coming from this bottle. You load it in, boom, and you watch as it hits it like kind of in like the side of the jaw. This gel covers this creature and then begins to electrocute it as you can feel the fur and the meat singeing.
I'm gonna do it again. Fucking how many of these are there on this list? 10 self-destructive. Damage type is 3.
3, so this is heat damage. And finally, you put one in, and you go, and it's literally just a Molotov cocktail. It literally just bursts into flames and dies.
That's
that
so crazy.
That was not a potion.
What the fuck?
That was just napalm.
And I'm going to use my final turn action to load another one in.
All right. Well done. It is now the wolf's turn. I'm going to start with Surreal.
At the start of their turn, can I fly 6 meters into the air?
Yes, you can.
Now with my 2 interrupt actions, I'm going to fire into this wolf. Oh, I've got bad news, guys.
Huh.
That wolf is invisible for a minute.
Okay.
Gun drops. If you guys would like to spend interrupt actions, you can make an awareness test. However, unfortunately, Gabe won't be able to because Gabe does not have any interrupt actions left. What is your awareness score?
My awareness score is 7.
No blocking or dodging for you. That'll be 50 physical damage. Do you want to make an awareness test for free now that you've been smacked? And with a point of favor, because you've been smacked.
I certainly would like to. That is a 23.
Okay, you know where its location is, at least roughly. But it's not being all that quiet, frankly. It's not utilizing its invisibility all that well. In fact, it probably doesn't even really understand that it's invisible. And you can tell that it's going in for another attack. That will be 42 physical damage. Summers, you're gonna get bit.
Oh.
Would you like to dock or blodge?
What?
I said what I said.
I will try to dodge.
That'll be a 45 physical. When you're ready, it's gonna do it again.
I will try to dodge again, I guess.
Okay. 48 physical damage. It's going to attack you one more time, Sombers. You are out of interrupt actions.
Yeah.
That will be 60. I'm sorry, 50. 50 physical damage. Looking good?
Peachy.
Okay. Well, that's good, because it's your turn.
With my 2 interrupt actions, I'm going to load my gun.
Using malpractice, I'm going to use hasty attack to attack it.
It's going to do a somewhat complicated dodge, if I must say. It's going to use 2 interrupt actions for a better dodge, essentially.
I got a 29.
29. It does manage to get out of the way with its weird, chaotic movements, but it is out of interrupt actions. Go ahead.
This next attack with malpractice is 49.
49. Ouchies. Same thing. You watch as your scythe begins to phase through the thing. The black little tendrils goes glug, 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 and it bleeds from the ears, and it howls in pain.
42.
42. This thing is belting out. It is extremely pained. It is actually going to make a roll on both of the sudden shock tables for DHP and SHP. No way, chat! Well, I cannot roll anything other than decapitation on this stupid table, dude. So, Sombers, you go to roll it through, and you watch as this laceration takes it all the way through its body. And even though the brunt force of your attack did not kill it, you watch as it seeps, and the creature finally just gives in to its affliction and dies. There is one creature left.
At the end of Somber's turn, can I make an awareness test to try and see where it is?
Yes, you can. I'm going to give you a point of favor because it's actively growling.
24.
24? Yep. It is basically right here.
And at the beginning of Surreal's turn, I'm going to use both my unarmed actions to turn to where the growling is and fire. It heals 74 DHP.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
It's already at full health. It's fine.
How
I
about it?
am going to reach my hand out to the wolf that is laying dead beside it and crystallize some of the blood that's leaking out of it and sweep my body across to send them flying, a million tiny little blood shards into the alive wolf.
It's going to dodge and block. Reduce by 14 and then beat a 23.
73.
Yep, that'll do it. As it flows out of the creature, it hardens, crystallizes, and turns this weird mixture of its dark maroon, crimson red, and the light blue that seems to be attached to your magics. And they just lift up, slowly emanate, and then fly through this creature as you watch. It screams out in a similar pain, and not a howling screech, a yelp of pain, I'll say.
And then as I've kind of flung myself to the left, I'll crouch and send a hand straight into the air as a giant ice spire rises from the ground and pierces it from below. 62.
And as you do this, you watch as the ice spire flies up, and you see and you hear the gooey purchase that it receives. The creature is still invisible in the time of its death, but you do also see the blood trickling down from seemingly nothing. Congratulations.
There you go.
That was fucking hurt. Wow.
I mean, that wasn't as bad as it could have been.
I haven't been this winded in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. Just they came out of nowhere. Anyways, we need to get the meat or whatever.
I can start to harvest.
Yeah, here, I'll just touch your shoulder. Have an extra 6 to your engineering. I can give that to all of us.
How long would you like to spend on each creature? 6 seconds, 1 minute for half of the DR, 1 hour for a quarter of the DR.
We might be able to get away with the minute if all 3 of us work on each of them.
I could take the lead, do all 3 of them, each at a minute cost.
Roll 3 times, let me know if you critically fail, because that's the only way you failed us.
First one is 27. Second one is 28.
Nice.
Last one's 31.
You managed to receive 44 parcels.
Perhaps we should return for now and get patched up, and then we can head back out and finish the job. Unless you want to roll the dice per se and test some potions.
I don't think that's particularly smart right now.
I mean, are any of you hurt, or are you just kind of hurt?
Hate to admit it, decently. My ribs, it kind of hurts to breathe, I'll be honest.
I am bleeding internally.
For context. Yeah, no, let's get back.
Yep,
Yeah.
I believe we have everything we need. Let's go.
Do a quick SHP healing on either of them, so at least
Okay.
they have that in case something happens on the way back.
Sure. May I pull you
Yes, sir.
aside?
Okay.
You are off doing your business, and you have found yourself in a very secluded room offside the courtyard.
And there's no pings on the
Hidden cognition.
Yeah.
And just to confirm, so everybody knows, hidden cognition makes it so that you are innately aware if any single person knows of your location. You get a no. You have finally, after probably about what is like 3 minutes of searching, found a spot where the ping just goes quiet.
At that instant, I'm going to kind of like tuck myself under the stairway in this room here. And I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out Gabe's book, which I managed to steal while we were in the arena.
Yep.
And I'm going to like lean down and open the book a little bit and see if I can still read it.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to you. It's almost like it's whispering to you better than it's actually legible.
Fantastic. I'm going to put a hand on one of the pages. Like, all right. I know you lot can hear me. Purple, green, blue, fuck ever, one of you. I need to call in a favor. I need to find where Neptune is, if you have any information. We are on the northern part of the continent. If you can help us, please find us. And he's going to slap the book shut.
Will you please roll a
and put it back
D100
in
for me?
his bag.
Chat, we good with sending a purple? Do you want to send in a purple?
Where's
We
his
good with that?
D100? It's a 38.
All right. Maki, you do not notice any immediate responses. You kind of get the best thing that you can hear is yes, hello, but it goes quiet after that.
I'll tuck the book away in my bag.
I'm gonna reconvene with the party again.
Oakley dokley.
I'm gonna stay with you three as the day is coming to a close. I'm gonna need all three of you to make an awareness test with me. Sombers, you're going to make this with 2 points of favor. Surreal, you're going to make this with 1 point of favor. And Gabe, you're going to make this with 1 point of favor. I apologize to the others. I'm going to deafen you.
I rolled a 21.
23.
Wait, you're kidding me.
That's
21,
hilarious.
Oh my
22,
God,
and 23?
You all sense the same feeling. Something is off. For Sombers and Surreal, this is more of a primal instinct. Like, in your ability to speak primordial and to sense mana on a more intuitive level, there's an immediate, like, wrong. The world around you, primordial says, is different than what your eyes are telling you, and something is bothering you right now. Gabe, you moved your hand and it disappeared for a second.
What's the hell?
I glance at Surreal with my eyebrows, like, furrowed a little in concern.
I just nod. I'm gonna quickly cast a divination, weak divulgence, and ask, are we in danger right now?
Receive a no.
Hypothetically, we're fine.
And as this is all happening, somebody seems to just appear in front of you, like out of nowhere, as if unsheathing from a cloak, a deep shade of red Dracoling appears out from under some kind of veil, as if just suddenly not becoming invisible in a way that is greatly perturbing to you, Sombers. You've seen this before. You've done this before. This is what happens when you leave home. As this Dracoling approaches, it walks out almost like stupefied by the fact that she just sees people. And she goes to grab her weapon, and she sees you, Sombers. And in that moment, as you guys lock eyes with each other, Sombers, you take 1d4 psyche damage. I'm going to move to the other crew. You guys have been convening for a little bit now. Maru has been running around trying, like, she's looking like desperately for something. You have no idea what she's looking for, but she's like, fuck, where are they? Come on, they have to be somewhere. And the moment that she finally sees you, she locks eyes with you and she goes, there you are. Oh my goodness, someone has been looking for you. I don't even know how they found you.
And who might that be?
I don't know. She just walked in. A woman of very, very strict stature walks in holding a single bowl of pasta. She says, what the fuck just called me here? And that'll be the end of today's session, chat.